Hello, this is not a review in any way, shape, or form. This is just me, a amateur plastic model builder, looking at a plastic model that I built and talking about it. And because this is specifically the one and only Perfect Grade Unleashed Bandai kit, the RX-78-2 PGU, and because I've been on the internet for a very long time, I'm going to give some additional upfront disclaimers and explanations of where I stand. I am not here in any way, shape, or form to try to show off at all. I'm not here to try to go through encyclopedic knowledge, reading off a Gundam wiki page about this thing. I'm super casual and just enjoying this hobby, and I'm extending that right through this video. This is not an invitation. This is not a challenge to anybody. This is not an invitation to be challenged. I'm just a super casual fan of this stuff, really enjoying it. I built this, started building this on the first anniversary of my building of Gundams on Twitch. So that was, July 2022, I think, when I started it. It took me 10 sessions, 10 afternoons, essentially, I believe it was, to build this in total. And that's with lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of chat interaction and running all the cameras and everything. It was not a race in any way, shape, or form. Again, super upfront, focused on casual and enjoyment. Well, did I enjoy this thing? In some ways, yes. In some ways, not. It's my first and only perfect grade kit, and I got it for its size and to specifically fit into a gradient of RX-78-2s that I have on display in my streaming room for educational purposes, for when folks come through who've never seen a Gundam before and they see me building on Sunday and Monday. Maybe they're Lego fans who follow me through my Lego YouTube channels or something, or maybe they even come from the RC world, or they get rated in and they're like, what is a Gundam? Wait, I've heard of Gundams. What is an HG? What is an RG? What is a PG? What are these things? So having one of each scale of the exact same suit makes that a lot easier. I can just point the camera at those and be like, well, let me show you, And I figured I might as well get the PGU, because if I didn't get the PGU, if I got the regular PG, then every single question would be, why didn't you get the PGU? And besides, it was for my 1 year Gundam streaming anniversary, so it all just kind of worked out. I was shocked at how easy this is to build. So easy to build. If you can build an HG, you can build this. You just need side cutters or some kind of cutting tool and basic dexterity to be able to maneuver parts that even aren't that small, because this is a fairly large kit. Oh yeah, speaking of size. So yeah, that's an HG right there. This was my second ever Gundam. For folks who don't know, perfect grade is 1/60th scale compared to 1/144th scale for the standard Gundam size. But this thing just has layer after layer after layer inside of it. If you want to learn everything about this and really see what it's about, go see a review. Go look at one of the Gundam review masters out there. There are a number of them, either video form or written form with photographs, and see what this is really, really, really all about. It's they call it 5 stages of building. You do frame, you do more stuff on top of the frame, you do more stuff on top of the frame. As you look at this, you may be seeing like one side is kind of opened up, has a lot of panels that are opened up. That's exactly the intent here. It's just showing you that there are a bunch of windows into the interior structure that are left in the final product, because most of what you actually build here when you do this gets covered up, which is a shame. It's such a shame. So much of this is about the building experience, but not the final product, or at least not the displayable final product. There's a lot of cool engineering in here. There are like in here, right there, in the kneecap, there are 2 different chrome coated sets of parts. You've got kind of like a platinum colored one. It's supposed to be gold, but it ended up being more like platinum, and then just a chrome silver. And then there's also a metallic flake injected plastic around the edge, and then there's the gray on the inside, white for the armor over the top of it. There are a lot of inner frame detail pieces that are like, they look like exoframe bits when you first put them on to the actual structural frame. But then again, they get covered up, except occasionally in a handful of places you actually get to see them there. They're behind there, the red bits are hydraulic ram cylinders, and they have chrome pistons inside that you can sometimes see. This has a number of different colored things, similar for those of you who are familiar with the MGEX Strike Freedom that everybody's talking about this year and last year, because it has a billion different colors of gold and copper in it. The main color I personally don't like at all, the one that is infused, that's injection molded and not coated, but I'm not going to talk about that here. It's similar to that in many ways. It has many different layers of different types of metallic finish in there, including like the lacquered sort of look, and also a full chrome. And you can see little bits of it showing through in various places. Also, the hands are made with chrome on the inside. We'll get back to the hands a little bit later. This has some photo etch pieces as well. So it's got that extra Bra Edition effect. Photo etch pieces in there. You can see it's just really thin metal. It's actually cut out with a laser. Creates some nice inserts. Unfortunately, the build process for those was kind of terrible, frankly, because those come with a backing and then like a forward backing, the opposite of a backing, another adhesive sheet over the top. And the adhesive sheet over the top that gets discarded is too adhesive. And I'm not the only person to have this issue. Gundam Masters have had this issue where basically it's a green colored sheet with glue on it and the green sticks. And it's a major pain in the butt. Yeah, surprisingly, this top of the line kit, depending upon how you look at it, you can look at it as top of the line kit, has a number of problems with it. Another problem would be, design-wise, you might say, is a problem. The hands. This is a perfect grade kit, and the hands are not even articulated. This is a giant thing with oversized hands. The hands are not articulated. It's like 4-piece hands, chrome on the inside. Well, maybe more than 4, but just a handful of pieces. And you choose, just like with an HG, like with a base level $12 kit. This was a $300 kit, $280 when I got it, US, $300 plus now. And you have to choose between hand that can hold a lightsaber, a beam saber, or one that can hold a gun, beam rifle, or open hand like this, open palm. You have to choose. So you don't even get the benefit of the nice articulation of individually articulatable phalanges like you can with much smaller kits in some cases. That was another surprise. Also, this has lights inside of it. It also has one light outside of it. This beam saber is big. There's a battery in there. I think heard it was a battery designed for fishing lures. An interesting shape, one I had never seen before. But flip the switch and it lights up. Of course, I'm in a very bright room right now, but yeah, it glows. And that's super cool. I wish it was a little bit brighter, but it does its job. Also, you can take the beam portion of it off and then take one of these fake beam sabers, hilts off, and then attach this in there. It actually attaches into light piping that goes through the body. And now when I turn this on around the back, my lighting in this room is not designed for lights off demonstrations. I'm not going to tear up the entire studio to try to show that, but maybe you can see just a little bit of red. Yeah, right there, a little bit of red showing up. There are a couple spots where a little bit of light shows up from this beam saber over here that is on. It's piping light down in there. There's a green spot as well, but most importantly, down here, the verniers, the rocket exhausts, those glow a little bit. So let me turn this off so you can see just the difference. Sorry, that was out of focus, but off, on, off, on. This battery has barely been used. Yeah, it's not bright. It's not bright at all. That's one of the problems. And again, I'm not the only person to encounter this issue. Gundam Masters have had the same problem with it. Maybe there are modifications to things, but I've not modified mine. I've just built it the way that it was intended to be built, and it's, well, that at least is not good. What is good here is that these nozzles are real metal. Different materials are cool to see. So check that out. See, a little light in there. I like that. I like it a lot. I just wish it worked a lot better. Speaking of working a lot better, or wishing something worked a lot better, if I bend this back just right, inside of the neck, there's another LED unit that pipes light up and down at the same time. Let me see if I can get this on. This is the part that's not good, is the switch. You have to grab this here, pull it out, and push it back in real quick. You got to do it just right. Otherwise, it doesn't work. So this may take a handful of tries. I'm going to see if I can do this live. No, didn't quite get it. Oh! I saw light. I definitely saw light. Is it on? Nope. Try again. Oh! I think I saw some pink. Is it doing? Yes, it's doing the thing. Yes. Look, you can see a little bit of light in there. Look at that. There's also a little bit of light in the eyes. You can see it. So this is actually rather dark right now. I'm covering up. I've turned off one of my major lights. I'm covering up another. Yeah, these lights are also not bright at all. And those are brand new batteries, good quality, brand new batteries. There are several different lighting modes for those, where you can see it looks like it's flashing right now. It actually, in real life, you don't see that flash so much. It's just interference with the shutter speed of the camera right now. But it just kind of glows a little bit, and it has intensity that pulses in and out, up and down. And it does that for a certain amount of time, and then it stops. And depending upon how many times you open and close this, it changes it to different modes where it'll just give you different colors. So you can have standard colors, you can have kind of an overload or preparing to shut down mode where you get red on the inside here, and there's an additional one that's kind of weird. Some of them don't look like they make that much sense to me, but the thing that I like about this least is just that the actuator is really, really funky and really weird and finicky, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it'll skip to the next mode when you don't want it to. Yeah, it's just something that's really not designed well, in my opinion, and in the opinion of many other people I've seen. At this point, usually folks would be asking in the comments, well, Jang, if you don't like it, why did you get it? Well, if I didn't get it, I wouldn't know those things. How could I know? I need experience with the hobby. I want experience with hobby. And I've gotten some with this. I've built a PG, and not just any PG, a PGU. It is just an RX-78-2. Already I've been hit up by a bro who's like, oh, have you built a PG? Yeah, I built the PGU. Oh, well, it's just the RX-78-2, so it doesn't really count. It's not really, you're not really doing Gundam. Just go away. Let me play with my plastic toys. Oh, it's not a toy, it's collectible. Like I said, I've been on the internet for a while. This does have the core block system. I believe I have if I recall correctly, there's a separate core block in there, and then you also have the core fighter, which can fully transform. Yeah, I think this has a core block. I'm not going to tear it apart right now, but this will transform. It'll do all the things. And when I built this was before I was painting pilots. I was scared to paint pilots at that time. These days I paint pilots. It's fine, but unfortunately, I have not done this one yet. I will go back and do it, but otherwise, this kit just has a top coat on it. It's got the stickers that it comes with, and oh yeah, there's another thing. This only comes with stickers and other types of stickers, several types of stickers. No water slides. That was a surprise, to be sure, and not a welcome one. So I actually got an aftermarket water slide kit to do some of the spots on here that I felt deserve better than stickers. Basically any of the flat white surfaces, stickers, great, easy, simple, reliable. I like that. I like easy and simple and reliable. But for anything that's curved or these shoulder bits that are a little bit tricky, there's some bending around there, or anything that's darker than white, or darker at least than a very, very light gray, I wanted to use water slides just so that I don't have a big outline around there. And then top coat also really helped to take some of the plasticiness out of this, because it didn't have that much of a surface texture on it. It's pretty standard. This is uncoated here, pretty standard sheen to it like that, which didn't quite look right for this size. This could actually do for a matte coat. I think it's large enough that a matte coat would not look too bad on it, would not look too extreme. But I did go for semi-gloss. I did a couple coats of semi-gloss on it, or a satin, which I think turned out just fine on this one. And what else? Was there anything else that I wanted to talk about with this one? Will I do another PG in the future? Probably not. Usually get lots of recommendations for things that I don't want to do. 1/100th is my scale, as I have declared countless times by now, and I'm going to stick to 1/100th as my primary scale. I've invested a lot into it. I like that size. I like that scale. Whether master grade, Re 100, NG, doesn't matter. I like the scale. I like the size. It's the right size for me. I'm not going to get into PG collecting. I just don't have interest in it. But you will see me do some other 1/60th scale things in the future. I will say that. This is not my only 1/60th thing that I will ever do. Will I ever do another PG? Possibly. I'm not going to say never to anything, but I don't need to. I wanted to try one of these out. This is the most modern, most recent one. It's got a fair deal of complexity, but again, super easy to build. It just has a lot of parts, so it takes a while. But I was at least happy with that. It's the opposite of building an RG. RG, everything's so small and so finicky, and you got to worry about breakages and perfect alignments and kind of wearing some of the joints in. This one is just nice and tough. This felt like a master grade mega kit to me, because I did that mega kit, which is like an older or a simpler HG, but with less articulation. And the mega is about yay tall, way less detailed than this. But this, I felt like I had as much confidence in doing this as I did with that kit. Just this had a lot more detail, a lot more parts. And overall, I'm very happy to have done this. And I'm very happy with like the metal parts, a couple more metal parts for the barrels of the Vulcans up here. Panel lining is super easy with this because the lines are nice and thick. Most of the lines are nice and thick and wide. Handful of them didn't work out that well, but I can come back and do a little bit better with that. Some of the ones on the hilts up here weren't ideal, but it's close enough, and most of it worked out nicely. Most of the stickers and or decals, aftermarket decals again, were easy enough to locate and to place. Quality of materials felt generally good to me. Worst thing quality-wise is just with the LEDs. The fact that they are not bright, they objectively are not bright. And also, I did have a little bit of Bandai's classic issue with battery terminals in their LED. Their LED units are usually pretty terrible with the battery terminals and or the switch. Similar issue even with the one that's completely different design that's used in here. That's only used for a handful of kits so far. But the one that's used to send light up and out, I think it goes up and then forward maybe. Inside, not this one, the other one. I had to bend the battery terminal on that when I changed the batteries out. It just didn't make good connection. Also, some of the coating isn't absolutely ideal on some of the metallic look painted pieces. Gating on this was not too bad. I don't think it was all undergated. There were definitely some parts where I needed to do some filing to make things look good, but it wasn't bad. Yeah, not something that I had an issue with that has stuck with me. I think that's about it for this one. So when you see me doing my streams over on Twitch or YouTube, whether it's Lego or Gunpla related, you'll see this in the background, slightly dwarfed by the Mega and slightly crowded out by the other smaller RX-78-2s, and it'll just be chilling there. That's it. just wanted to share that for folks who haven't seen it, especially those who saw me build it and have not seen it up close since then. Thank you for watching. Got a lot more stuff to bring you, so I'll talk to you again soon.